Hello and welcome back to this Moon Messages reading. So for anyone who doesn't know who I am, hi, I am Leanne Marie. I'm an intuitive card reader and spiritual mentor. All of my details are in the description box. So if you want to check out my social media, if you want to book a reading, anything like that, just have a look down below, okay? I won't go too much into it now, and I'm going to get straight on with this reading. So this reading is from the eclipse, new moon in Libra on the 14th of October until the second eclipse in the full moon in Taurus on the 28th of October. So two eclipses, one after the other. An eclipse energy is normally a lot more powerful. So anything that you're feeling at those times is going to be exaggerated. So hopefully you're going to be feeling good. But if not, then, you know, it's just another way of healing things a lot quicker. Okay. So I'm just going to get straight on with the reading. So I used two decks. I used the Moonology and the Moon manifestation cards. And one of the things that I wrote down with some notes coming up as I was shuffling were that we are mixing things up, because obviously mixing the two decks, but there might be something that, you know, you're mixing things up in your life, doing things a bit differently, or you need to, okay? So the first two cards that came out, which were a mixture of both the cards, the first one is Work Through Your Fears, and the second one was Relax. Now that was in reverse. So something that has come up for me, I do these little card in the car readings on Instagram and TikTok, and something that came up in that reading today was that you are probably trying to force or push yourself to succeed in some area of your life. Maybe doing too much, maybe overworking, maybe you know, giving too much, trying too hard, and that is actually making you more tired, more exhausted, you know, feeling burnt out. And that's why I think the relax card has come out, but it's in reverse, and it's showing that you are struggling to relax at the moment. Something that came up for me as I was just reading, just having a look at that card before the reading, was when I know people in my life like this, but when they're stressed, they actually try and distract themselves with lots of different things, or they try and or they always have a lot of noise going on around them. They can't sit with their own thoughts. They can't sit in silence, or they have to be around people. And it's not a bad thing, but what it can do is it can distract you from what you actually need to hear within yourself. And actually it, you know, if you were to have that peace and quiet and have that relaxation time and have more of a peaceful environment, you'd actually have more of a peaceful mind, and you'd actually create less stress and start to feel less stressed, and yeah, just more relaxed and at ease. But for some reason, some people go into you know, kind of wanting to be really busy, or wanting to just do this, that and everything, and try and distract themselves from whatever they're feeling or whatever they're thinking. And it's really not healthy. It's not helpful. I do get it. It's a form of protection. It's a form of, well, they see it as a form of self-care for themselves, to make themselves feel better, but actually it ends up making them feel worse a lot of the time, and they wonder why. So yeah, that's just highlighting that sort of energy coming through. The Work Through Your Fears card is interesting, because that to me shows that there's two things going on. So whatever you're trying to work towards, so if you're working towards a goal, or you want to succeed in something, if you are like overworking or over applying yourself, or causing more of a stressful situation for yourself because you want to achieve something, there's a part of you that's actually in lack mentality. There's a part of you that's actually thinking, I really have to work hard for this because I'm not good enough as I am, and I have to prove myself. And in order to prove myself, I have to do this so much better, or I have to work so much harder. And it's coming from a fear-based thought, okay? It's coming from, I fear that I'm not good enough, and I fear that this isn't going to work because of I'm not applying myself enough, or something's going to go wrong because I'll make a mistake, or something like that. It's coming from that sort of energy. It's coming from a fear-based energy. And to achieve anything in life, to be successful in anything in life, you have to believe that you can achieve it. You have to believe that you're good enough. You have to believe that you'll get the result no matter what, right? Yeah, you do have to apply yourself. Of course you do. You do have to put the effort in, but you don't have to make yourself ill with it. You don't have to make yourself super stressed and super overwhelmed and exhausted and tired, and create unhealthy situations with your body or your mind to get there. That's not what the universe wants for you, okay? That is not the plan, right? You do not have to completely ruin yourself to get to something that you really want. You shouldn't have to. It should be easier than that, okay? I feel quite passionate about this, actually. No one should... Oh, I've got shivers. So, and also just been reminded of something. So I knew that the path that I had to go down was the path that well, hang on a sec, I'll get these words out. I knew that the path I chose to go down, should I say, was the right path for me, because it was so easy. Like, I literally got shown the way, I followed the steps, and every step of the way seemed like I was doing I did a counselling course, and I knew that I wanted to be a counsellor, or I knew that I wanted to help people in some way, and I wanted to support people with their own healing and development, right? I followed that calling, I followed that path. Everything fell into place easily, right? Yes, I had some fear. You will have some fear come up naturally. Yes, I thought I might not be good enough, but I didn't let it get in the way, and I didn't push or force myself to do anything I didn't want to do. So I had two choices. I had a course where it was going to be full-time, or like, a lot more hours around my already full-time work. It was going to cost me a lot more money. It was going to make me a lot more stressed with the hours and everything, and where it was, and the person that was on the phone when I called up gave me really bad feelings, like really bad vibes. And I thought I could have chosen to do that course because I just wanted to get there, and I knew I wanted to do that, but I knew it was going to cause me stress. I knew that it was going to be difficult. So I waited, and I looked around, and I tried to find something that was going to be easier for me and more effortless for me. Not the fact that I wanted to be lazy or didn't want to learn as much or whatever. It wasn't about that. It was just I needed it to fit into my life where I wasn't going to be overwhelmed. I wasn't going to be stressed. I wasn't going to be juggling things and, creating more overwhelm and exhaustion for myself, or, worries and anxiety. So I found a course that fitted exactly around my work. It was achievable, like money wise, because I could pay in installments rather than all at once, so it wasn't going to be stressful in that sense. Everything just literally fell into place, and it was easy, okay? And then when I started the course was easy for me. Like, literally, yeah, there were times when the essays were quite hard, or I couldn't quite understand things, but I asked for help and I got the help. And also, like, I recognised the people on the course who were literally doing it from a place of wanting to succeed, rather than a place from wanting to just do it because they loved it. And I wanted to do it because I loved it, and it just seemed a lot more... I seemed a lot more at ease throughout the course than they did, and I noticed that they were finding it so difficult. And yeah, like I say, you will find things difficult. Not everything's going to be really super easy. However, you will find that majority of the time you aren't going to be as stressed or exhausted if you're doing what's right for you and following your true path and what calls you, okay, where your heart calls you. So I hope that makes sense. The next two cards are A Time for Healing and you're very close to achieving your goal, but this one was in reverse. So this is where your mind comes in. It tells you that you are not close to achieving your goal, that you're not good enough, that you have to work hard, you have to really force yourself and push, and everything's so difficult, and why am I not getting anywhere? Because you are not relaxing into it, because you are trying too hard. And this could apply to any area of your life, right? This could apply to relationships. If you are trying too hard and it's not just coming easy, like it doesn't feel relaxed and easy, if it feels like effort and hard work, maybe it isn't right, okay? But if something just feels right and it feels comfortable and it feels at ease and you just like get on really well with the person and you know, yeah, then go with it. And there is a message about that as well. I'll talk about that on another card, because there's a message about going with it, okay? But the Time for Healing card is telling you to relax again. It's telling you to, you know, maybe step back from the whole forcing, pushing, doing too much, exhausting yourself, stressing, worrying, all of that. Take a step back, relax, and be more at ease. Ask for more ease, okay? If you want to manifest something that's right for you and feels good for you and doesn't feel too overwhelming or exhausting, ask for something that will bring you ease, the feel of ease. And actually, if you feel into that, you say, I want something that feels more at ease, like feel that in your body. It just relaxes your whole body. Like, oh, everything is so easy, like I feel at ease. And then just feel it. You'll feel it straight away. As soon as you close your eyes and imagine that, you just drop. Your shoulders drop, and it just feels like you've taken a big breath of fresh air and just like, oh, like a big sigh of relief. And it's an amazing feeling. And this is what your life should feel like when you're, you know, if you're following the right path. Should feel good to you, not stressful and tiresome, okay? So you're not close to achieving your goal, as I say, is normally about the fears, it's about the worries, it's about worrying that you're not good enough. And there's a resistance energy here. I've written down some notes before I did the reading. So there's a resistance energy here to that relaxation and to that trust. And that's why you're fighting it, okay? You're fighting that that need for rest and relaxation and trust in whatever is coming or whatever is right for you. You're fighting it, you're resisting it. And that is you kind of distracting yourself, forcing yourself, pushing yourself, doing whatever else you need to do other than trust and relax into it. That's you fighting it. Okay, so that is a sign, and your other signs will be your body tensing up, you getting ill, you stressing, worrying, getting headaches, like just feeling really exhausted and tired. Your body tells you, okay, your body knows the score. Yes, and underneath all of this is this card. Okay, so this was actually the last card. Well, it wasn't the last card, actually. It was drawn about 3 cards in. And I put it right at the bottom of all of the other ones. Because I got the message underneath it all is the belief that you are not good enough. Okay, so whatever this is, whatever your goals, dreams, like desires, whatever you actually wanted out of life, maybe you don't even know. Maybe it's like a deep down want or need or desire, right? Whatever you have been kind of really wanting for yourself, you're actually blocking it because you're blocking it with this forcing, pushing, doing, you know, distracting energy because you don't feel good enough. And, you know, deep down, you probably are sabotaging it with this because you don't feel good enough. If you were to trust and believe that you were good enough for this and that you are going to attract this, you know, whatever it is, whether it's a person, a situation, a job, a a dream, a goal, whatever it is of yours, right? If you believed that it was right for you and you believed that you were good enough for it and that you could achieve it, you would just relax easily. There'd be no fighting, no resistance, no excuses, because you would trust that it's here for you, or it's going to be here for you, and the universe is going to bring it to you. And when it comes to you, you know you'll take action, and it will be inspired action, and it will be an action that feels easy to you to make, a choice that's easy for you to make, because it's right for you. Okay. And it's not about saying, oh, just sit there and wait for things to come to you and you don't have to take action. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you actually fully believed that, you know, you were good enough, whatever you want, when the thing is presented to you, you will take that action, like I just said, okay? You will do things, you will actually make the moves. You know, I didn't sit there and wait for someone to come to me and say, oh, here you go, here's a certificate in counselling. You don't have to put any work into it. No, I signed up and did a 4-year course on it. I put the work in, but it didn't feel like hard work. And that's the point, okay? It's not meant to feel like hard work. Anyway, I think I've drummed that in. The next 2 cards are Be Real. Now, I did turn this around because this was upside down, but I think that's your mindset, right? So the Be Real card was in reverse, and that's you being negative again. That's your mindset, just sort of saying, you know, oh, I don't want to look at the reality of this. I don't want to look at the truth of this. Truth is, I don't feel good enough. I don't want to look at it, but I've turned it round. You've got to turn that thought around. Okay, you've got to be real with yourself. Be honest with yourself. What am I really scared about? Why have I not taken the steps that I need to take to bring this situation into my life, to you know, have this dream that I want, have this goal that I want, have this dream, have this vision, be able to live in this vision, or, you know, whatever it is. Why have I not taken those steps? Do I really believe that I'm good enough? Do I really believe that I can make this work? Do I believe this is going to work for me? And if not, why? Like, get really real with yourself. Ask yourself the real questions. It's only you that will hear this. No one else. You know, you don't have to share it. You know, it's really important that you get real with yourself and just be completely honest with yourself. And then the next card, which is the last of the moon cards, then I'll go on to the crystal card. The last card is Embrace the Flow of Life. And it was in reverse. Of course it was in reverse, because you're not embracing the flow of life, because you're pushing the flow of life. Well, there's no pushing the flow, is there? You know, you've got to go with the flow of the river as such. You can't force the river to flow. Do you know what I mean? You can't force anything, right? So if you are, if you're just, like I say, if you're really like trying so hard for something, you're really not trusting and you're not going with the flow. And the message, the first message I got before I'd even started the reading was, go with it and see what happens, right? Because I don't think you're trusting that if you were to just go with something and just open up to it and see where it takes you, you might be surprised, okay? What else was there? Yeah, when I said underneath it all, you are good, you're feeling like you are not good enough. I also, I actually wrote the words underneath it all, you are good enough, right? So it's believing underneath everything you've been through, no matter what you've been through, no matter what's happened to you in the past, because past experiences can cause that belief in you that tell you you're not good enough. No matter what's happened, believe that you are good enough, because you are, okay? You're good enough for the right person. You're good enough for the right job for you. You're good enough for the business that you want to create. You're good enough for the the lovely home that you want. You're good enough for whatever it is you're thinking you're not good enough for. You are, okay? It just needs to be in alignment with you as a person. It needs to feel easy. It needs to feel comfortable and good when you're in the presence of that thing or that person. Okay, it needs to feel good. Okay, so crystal of the moon cycle is one that we've had before. However, I'm hoping that the message will sound different this time if you've heard this one before, because it will go with this message, so it's gonna resonate differently. So we've got the Big Spite crystal, and I often talk about this one because it's one my sister's dog bit into it, and it's funny how it's called Big Spite. So I'll read out the meaning. So essential meaning of Big Spite is drive, courage, full speed ahead, spirited action. so full speed ahead is what you're doing at the moment, right? Spirited action is what you need to take. So inspired action rather than full on action, right? So there is a time to hesitate and a time to move forward with conviction, courage and total determination. And that time is now. Big Spite Spirit has arrived to tell you to take a deep breath and move. Now, this is interesting because I feel like all these messages that are telling you to move full speed ahead and to go at high speed is actually your mind as your energy saying, I need to do this. So this is what I want to hear. So let's see how this evolves, right? So Big Spite Spirit has arrived to tell you to take a deep breath and move full speed ahead with forceful action on behalf of your own healing. Be fierce as you push through obstacles with laser focus, for nothing will stand in your way. You are meant to feel driven at this moment to break free of the chains binding you to unhealthy patterns. Advocate for yourself unapologetically and be unshakable in your belief that you are worthy of achieving your goal. That's the bit I want you to focus on. I feel like you need to pull out the bits that I've just mentioned, right? And those bits that are quite loud in you at the moment, that you heard first of all, is your mind, it's your ego, it's what you think you should do, right? The conscious universe, the force that propels you, is always here for you as your ally. Now is the time for fearless action, right? Relationship message. Let go of anything that might impede you as you act on that inner conviction to bring love into your life by nourishing your relationships. There is time enough for to-do lists. Today is a day for connecting and reconnecting with those you care about and for reaching out to those you have said you want to get to know better. The universe is in love overdrive right now and wants you to stop focusing so much on the everyday tasks that can start to wear you down. Prioritize relationships, for they have the power to help you heal and to recognize that you have all you need right now to experience contentment and fulfillment. Prosperity message. Full speed ahead. Captain, even though your ship may be sailing into uncharted waters, but that is exactly what you are meant to do on your quest to experience a prosperous life the conscious universe wants for you. Big Spite Spirit message is to take action towards growing the wealth that is around you. Claim your power to co-create a solid foundation for any adventure you wish to take. Your boat is made of sturdy wood, so sail with confidence, leaving behind the scarcity thinking of the past. What did I say? Lack mentality. The Crystal Spirit Meditation. Big Spite is a rare red form of beryl. Due to its rarity, only small specimens can generally be found. However, even a little piece packs a big punch. Big Spite is an excellent stone to increase self-esteem while simultaneously giving us the courage and energy to take action on our own behalf. As I say, there is a few take actions in here, but it has to be inspired action, not forced action, okay? Don't ever do anything that makes you feel rubbish, right? That makes you feel exhausted, tired, drained, like just, yeah, all the negative feelings. Only do what feels good to you, okay? Anyway, I hope that made sense. Let me know, please let me know in the comments or private message on any of my social medias if you want to. And if you want to book a reading, I have some spaces free actually this weekend and next weekend. So if you want to book in, please do, because I've got the time to do those quicker than I usually can. So yeah, let me know, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.